Hey, what is up, everyone? DPX here. It's raining in the back. Hopefully you can't hear it. I'll be really annoyed if you can hear it that much, but whatever. Today, I am reviewing Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse. Now, before we get started, you know what to do. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell and leave a comment, or I will trap you in another universe. So, Into the Spider-Verse, was the animated Spider-Man movie that came out like 5 years ago already. And when I reviewed it, I really liked it, but after rewatching it, it's even better. Like, I gave it like maybe an 8 to a 9 out of 10 when I originally reviewed it, but like after rewatching it a few times, it's gotta be the best Spider-Man movie until now. This picks up like a year and a half after the first Into the Spider-Verse, and it's kind of mature. I mean, it is at its core, like, not really a kids movie, but a movie that kids would like. It's a movie, it's a family movie, I guess, but it's also kind of mature. There's not that much show, there's a lot of telling, and I mean that in a good way. Usually you say show, not don't tell, but like there is showing, but it's very impactful, it's very powerful, and of course, it's paced very well. A lot of people, I've heard a lot of reviews say like the beginning is sort of slow. I don't really see that. This movie's like, I think, in 2 hours and like 20 minutes or something like that, making it the longest animated movie, like theatrically released animated movie of all time. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's true. And when watching it, I didn't feel that. Like, there were many times where the movie felt like it was gonna end, but then it was like, no, it just kept going. But each time it felt like it was gonna end, I'm like, don't end here, don't end here. And then when it ended, I'll get to the ending in a little bit. When it ended, I was simultaneously like, oh yeah, it's gonna end here. It has to end here. But then I was also like, I don't want it to end here. I want to keep watching. First of all, like, you gotta get the obvious thing out of the way first. 10 out of 10 in the visuals and animation. This might be, there's a lot of talk about this being the best Spider-Man movie, the best comic book movie, the best animated movie. Some people say it is one of the best movies of all time. I might need to sit on it for a little while to see what I think about all of that stuff. It's probably my favorite Spider-Man movie, but it has to be top 10 favorite animated movies for me. Maybe top 5, at least, like, in the visual department. This might be the most, I think it might be the best looking animated movie I've ever seen, and not like in a way that it looks realistic, just the most flashy, the most artistic, the most stylistic, you know what I mean? Like, it looks like a comic book come to life, and there's multiple different worlds, there's multiple different universes. That's like the first movie kind of, touched on that sort of. Like, it was like this thing where it's like, there's many worlds out there, there's the multiverse, but they didn't really like dive into that because that wasn't really what it was about. This is more, it's about that, and you get all the spider people, and each world, we visit multiple worlds, and each of them have a different look to them, a different style to them, and there's some nice Easter eggs. Holy shit, the Easter eggs! I'm surprised at some of the Easter eggs there. Like, I don't want to spoil any of them because I want you to go see it and, experience it for yourself, but like, there were some Easter eggs there, some cameos where I'm like, oh my god, they actually did that. And obviously all the stuff with Miles is done very well. I thought that stuff was done, near perfectly in Into the Spider-Verse, but we get a lot more of Gwen, a lot more of Gwen Stacy in this one, and I mean Miles is kind of the main character, but like a good part of the perspective of the movie is Gwen, and it's not in a way that Miles feels sidelined at all. It feels natural, it feels normal, it feels like it makes sense to focus on Gwen in this sort of way. Like, Miles is still the main character, but we get a lot of Gwen, and that's really cool. We get to see a lot more what happened in her universe, why she kind of started hopping between universes, and the chemistry between her and Miles, of course, is great. And the Spider People. I think I briefly mentioned that, but oh my god, the Spider People. There's new additions like Spider-Punk, like he's a standout. I feel like I would have liked to seen him get a little more time, a little more screen time, but still, there's the Scarlet Spider we get to see. There's Spider-Woman, which is pretty cool, and of course, Spider-Man 2099, Miguel, voiced by Oscar Isaac. He's almost like, the trailers kind of say this a little bit, he's kind of antagonistic. I'm not going to say he's the antagonist, but he's somewhat antagonistic. And when you watch the movie, it's like, goddamn, like, yeah. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah. Want to talk about a villain, there's Spot. And, you know, Spot was like, you know, the way he's introduced, he's kind of introduced as like this sort of just villain of the week, sort of boring ass, like, you know, just laughable joke villain, you know, like how Batman has like the Condiment King and Polka Dot Man. Yeah, like Spot was kind of introduced as a bit of a joke. But without getting into spoilers, throughout the movie, he actually becomes like more and more of a threat. And by the end of the movie, it's like, oh no. You know, I don't want to get into anything, but, you know, that Spot, I don't really have many negatives to list. You know, this is mostly like an amazing, spectacular movie. The only thing I'm mixed on, and I can't even really call this a bad, it's a mixed thing. You know, I don't structure my movie reviews and TV reviews the same way I do my game reviews. I structure them the good, the mixed, and the bad. If this was structured that way, I'd have a whole lot of good. The mixed, I don't think I'd have anything under bad. Because the mixed is the ending. It's not a bad ending. In fact, I'd say it's a really good ending, but it's a cliffhanger. And since it is worth mentioning that this is a two-parter, and part one of a two-parter, you know, and we are getting Beyond the Spider-Verse in March of 2024, so it's not another 5-year wait. But it is, not only is it a cliffhanger, it's a hard cliffhanger. A lot of people are going to be disappointed with that. I at first was a little disappointed because, you know, you don't really, it ends with something like about to happen, you know what I mean? And that's a little disappointing, but at the same time, it's like, it left me wanting more. You know, and in a good way, because, like, I could have just sat there and watched Beyond the Spider-Verse just right there. I could have watched a 4-hour movie of this. And, like, if you have me saying that out of your movie, I think you made a fantastic movie. Overall, Across the Spider-Verse is something, it's everything you want out of a comic book movie, everything you want out of a Spider-Man movie, everything you want out of an animated movie, and you know what? I might be everything you want out of a movie. I actually remember when Into the Spider-Verse was announced, and a lot of people, myself included, I was kind of like, you know, just give me the live-action Miles Morales movie. The way they're doing this, like, it cannot work in live-action. Like, I heard reports that they're working on the live-action Miles Morales movie, which is cool, but, like, the way they're doing this, it's like, this 100% works in, as live, or not live-action, in animation. You can't do this in live-action. At least do it as well. And as a multiverse movie, this, like, does the multiverse stuff the best. You know, with all the multiverse stuff going on, this is definitely my favorite movie of the year, and it's a top 5 favorite animated movie of all time. And if Beyond the Spider-Verse is anywhere as good as this movie, or even better, you might have, like, one of the best, not animated trilogies of all time, one of the best movie trilogies of all time. Despite the hard cliffhanger, I'm still gonna give Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse a 10 out of 10. So that's my review for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I really hope you couldn't hear the thunderstorm in the back. But anyways, yeah, what do you guys think of the movie? Have you guys seen it? Have you not seen it? Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it? And if you haven't seen it, do you want to see it, not want to see it? Anything about the movie, let me know down below. Anyways, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, or I will trap you in another universe. Bye!